Hi guys, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with part 6 of my lockdown book haul. I know, part 6. It's crazy. I have no self-control. As we speak, Scotland is still in coronavirus lockdown. I'm filming this on the 28th of June. As of tomorrow, the 29th, today, if you're watching this now, because this video goes live on Monday. Graham, stop talking now. It's fine. Calm down. So yes, in Scotland, shops are opening back up again today, Monday, the 29th of June. And at the moment, I still don't know when I'm going back to work. Hotels are opening up in England on the 4th of July. We were supposed to be around about the same time, but yeah, it's going to be later. So yeah, unfortunately I might still be off work for another week, 2 weeks, goodness knows how long. But anyway, let's get into the books. So I have 4 more books to show you because again, I have no self-control. And do you know what? I'm not even sorry. So anyway, let's get into the books. So the first book that I have to show you is My Own Story, the autobiography of Emmeline Pankhurst. Now obviously Emmeline Pankhurst was the leader of the suffragettes. She was a big figure in the suffragette movement of the early 20th century, and clearly they were fighting for the much deserved equal voting rights of women. I am so excited to get to this, and I love how floppy this book is. It just pleases me. I don't know why. Do you feel that? Do you enjoy floppy books? Comment below. Tell me. Let's chat. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. This is a Virago edition, and I love these. These are from like the 80s, and they're just so cool. I shall read you the back of the book. I break the law from no selfish motive. Not one of these women would, if women were free, be lawbreakers. They are women who seriously believe that the welfare of humanity demands this sacrifice. They believe that the horrible evils which are ravaging our civilization will never be removed until women get the vote. My Own Story. In the fascinating autobiography of the most famous woman in British politics, unavailable since 1914, her unique record of the long years of heroic struggle for the vote is a tribute to women's fighting courage and a dramatic record of a violent period in British history. It is also the absorbing life story of a remarkable woman, a major participant in a battle and a victory which has changed our lives. And it has. It changed the course of history. Women, rightly so, now have the right to an equal vote, and that is an incredible, incredible thing, and it's down to Emmeline Pankhurst and many other women like her. And I don't know enough about the suffragette movement, and I feel that I should, and I'm going to, because yeah, I now have this book, and yeah, that's that. My Own Story, the autobiography of Emmeline Pankhurst. Now the next one is a book that I had as a kid, and I remember absolutely loving this. It got lost through the mists of time. I no longer owned it. So when I saw this online, I clicked straight away and bought it. I wasn't even, I had to have it. Because I remember absolutely adoring this, and this is the kind of book that you can dip in and out of. It's not like the same story from cover to cover, it's different stories within, and this one is 3 books in one, so there's like countless stories. It's Terry Deary's True Stories, Monster, Horror and Ghost. Sorry for that flashing there. Yeah, so this is 3 terrifying books in one, and this is basically ghost stories, horror stories, monster stories. And I remember this from my childhood, and I absolutely adored this. So, like I say, when I saw it, I had to have it. Incredible, impossible, too awful to imagine, but someone somewhere, at some time, has sworn that each of these terrifying tales is true. A werewolf terrorizes a woman in an isolated cottage. After a terrible massacre within its walls, an ordinary home becomes a haunted house of horror. The ghost of a murdered girl takes revenge on her killer. Read these spine-chilling monster, horror and ghost stories if you dare. Consider the facts and decide for yourself whether or not you believe them. But don't read this book after dark, or your dreams might turn into nightmares, packed with gruesome stories and hundreds of frightening facts. Oh, I cannot wait to dive back into this. It's been years, literally decades, since I last read this, and I'm so excited. I've already read one of the stories. I read it out loud to my husband, and it was the story of Lizzie Borden and the murder of her parents with an axe. Yes, so there we go. That's Terry Deary's true stories of monsters, horrors and ghosts. I love it. So the next one, well, the next two are books that as soon as I saw the one I'm about to show you, I had to have it. And the last one, it's been on my wish list for literal years. Literally years. But I'll get to that one in a minute anyway. I'm blabbering on again. One of these days, I'll be able to just start a video from start to finish and not digress. But today is not one of those days, I'm afraid, sorry. So anyway, the next book that I've got to show you is Wonderland, Welcome to the Party by Juno Dawson. This is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, or Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I have never read a retelling, and when I saw this, I think it was on Instagram I originally saw this, it was the cover that made me want to get it more than anything. And then I read a couple of reviews and I thought, wow, that sounds really good. I can't wait to get to it. And it will be a July read. What happens when you fall down the rabbit hole? What does happen? Alice Dodgson lives in a world of stifling privilege and high-end luxury. But none of it means anything when her own head plays tricks on her reality. When her troubled friend, Bunny, goes missing, Alice becomes obsessed with finding her and discovers a mysterious invitation to Wonderland, the elite party to end all parties. Will she find Bunny there, or is this really a case of finding herself? Because Alice has secrets of her own, and now she has an enemy who wants her head. Addictive and darkly glamorous, this is a searing exploration of mental health, gender and privilege from a best-selling, award-winning author. I need to read this because this just sounds amazing. I must admit, like I said, it was a cover buy, but I'd read a couple of reviews and I thought, actually, no, yeah, I do want to read that. And it will be my first ever Alice's Adventures in Wonderland retelling. And it's a thing of beauty. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Look at it. Oh, isn't it lovely? The last one has been on my wish list for 5 years, maybe? Years, like a long time. It's been on there. And the other day I just decided, do you know what? Click, buy it, get it. And I'm not disappointed. It's not the kind of book that I usually go for, but we'll see. It's The Complete Mouse by Art Spiegelman. This tells the story of the Second World War. The mice on the front cover are Jewish prisoners of war during the Second World War, and the cats are the Nazis. It's quite a it's quite an is it an allegory? Do you call it an allegory? I'm not sure. It's quite a it's an interesting premise, shall we say. Mouse memorialises Spiegelman's father's experience of the Holocaust. It follows his story, frame by frame, from youth and marriage in pre-war Poland to imprisonment in Auschwitz. The survivor's tale that results is stark and unembellished. One of the cliches about the Holocaust is that you can't imagine it. Like nuclear war, its horror outfaces the artistic imagination. Spiegelman disproves that theory, and that's by The Independent. Spiegelman portrays the Nazis as cats, the Jews as mice, the Poles as pigs, and the Americans as dogs. They're all terrifyingly human. And that's from the Times. That makes me think of George Orwell's Animal Farm for some strange reason. Yeah, anyway. An intensely personal account of a family's survival, of hairbreadth escapes and incarceration, that deals artfully with experiences and emotions that many might fervently wish to forget, of how, when life is stripped to subsistence level, trust and betrayal take on unprecedented dimensions. In the tradition of Aesop and Orwell, it serves to shock and impart powerful resonance to what, after all, is a well-documented subject. And the artwork is so accomplished, forceful and moving, without resorting to sentimentality, that it works. And that's from Time Out. Yeah, so the art is... It just so happens that I've opened the book app, a page of the gate of Auschwitz. The German, the SAS are cats, and the Jewish people are portrayed as mice. I think this will make for quite uncomfortable reading, because of the very nature of the story that it tells. But I've seen so many people discuss this book and how much they have enjoyed this, and how this is literally a masterpiece in artwork and in writing. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know when I'll get to this. It's been on my wish list for, like I say, literally years. So it might be literally years before I read it. I'm like that. I can't help it. But yeah, I just decided that I had to get it. So yeah, that is the end of my part 6 lockdown book haul. No doubt if I'm off for any longer from work, there will be more, because, you know, self-control isn't something that affects me. So yeah, whatever you're doing, I hope you have so much fun doing it. Whatever you're reading, I hope you love it. Stay fabulous, be amazing, be yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye.